So imagine that you've got this computer. This is a 13-inch. I would have probably gotten a larger one if I had known. This is a tiny monitor. And so when I get like 4 screens up, I cannot find anything else. I'm like moving them around. So just minimizing the screens is a way of saying, speaking what is distracting you, so that it'll just kind of put it into the room, let people know, I'm really been busy. I've been thinking about these 3 other things. These are the things I'm thinking about. It's kind of distracting me. Just by saying them, you'll notice that you have an opportunity to be more present. And this is not about a task where everyone's got to say their thing and you're still on your phone doing it. It's really in the beginning and establishing a tone at the beginning of any group communication of actually paying attention to who is speaking. So you just start out right away with getting yourself centered in the connecting of, okay, this person has the ball, they're minimizing their screens. So we're going to practice this at your table. Whoever's got the ball, and everyone should speak. Whoever's got the ball is just going to say, how are you doing this morning? How do you really feel about being here? And that may have changed from when you drew the picture. It may not have changed. It's fine, but just share. How do you really feel? Maybe you're liking it, maybe you're not. And is there anything on your mental or emotional desktop taking up your attention? So that might be other stuff you're working on. Oh my gosh. And just be thinking, this is 30 seconds. You're just sort of, yeah, I'm doing good. I don't know about this yet. I'm still skeptical, or I'm really enjoying this. And I've literally got 10 things going on. And whoever's got the ball is the recipient of your connection, as if you were waiting for the ball to come back to you.
How many times do you guys have a meeting where you don't have the real conversation in the room? Where the real conversation happens after? Who's been in a meeting like that? You have the meeting, and then you have the meeting after the meeting? Part of the reason is, why? Why is that? What does it take to actually have the real conversation? What's it take? Focus, and what else? Attention, focus, attention. What else does it take to have the real conversation in the room? Trust, and what? Courage, yeah. Yeah, courage, trust, focus, right? How are you going to have courage, trust, and focus if your RAM, if your computer, just like you're so full? Google really is, I was having a conversation with someone at break, and they are very data oriented. They collect huge amounts of data, and they're really interested in like what makes teams extraordinary. And so they did this project, it was called the Aristotle Project. And they studied all these teams, and it was really interesting because the results were really confounding when it came back. So some of the teams that performed off the charts were incredibly structured, had agendas, had very kind of structured pieces. Then they'd have another team that performed way off the charts, and they were totally unstructured. and then they had one team where everybody one person spoke at a time, and they had another teams that people were interrupting each other. And they have data, like they can test this, right, where they give someone like a problem to solve and see how fast they can solve it. So the 2 things that they noticed was it wasn't so much it wasn't the exact style of the team, but it was 2 things. One is people felt safe, and if everyone was speaking. Those are the 2 characteristics that if one person was speaking, or only some people were speaking, and some of the people on the team weren't speaking, it wasn't an effective team. And if people didn't feel safe on the team, if there was fear in the room, the team didn't perform well. So part of the reason that we're we're really asking everybody to speak is have you noticed in the room where sometimes someone holds back when they say something and it really adds? Have you noticed that today? Someone who might be quiet. We want to get everyone's voice in the room, and that's important for you. Some of the people who are really quiet actually have really important things to say.